Hi everybody, this is Liz with 143 Handmade. I'm here to show you the Les Roses mini journal kit from Betty's Custom Designs. There's this is the cover page, and I've printed it out twice. This is cream color cardstock, which is why there's a little bit of a difference in coloration. But that is the same page. It's just, this is the cover and the inside cover. This is a little envelope and some tags. And then these are the inside pages. There are 2 pages. These have lines on them in various ways. These are just the botanical images. They're all beautiful, and you could just cut these out and use these as journal cards in their own right as well. And then there's this other page of, oh, it's upside down, of just the extra ephemera that goes with the kit. So I'm going to cut this out, and I'll be right back for putting it together. Okay, I'm back, and I've cut everything out, and so all we have left to do is assemble. So we're just going to take the cover and fold it in half. Like so. And then we just take the pages and accordion fold them. So just, I'm folding it this way because let's finish folding the cover actually, so you can see what I mean. Fold right along this edge, like that, and right along this edge. There we go. If you want to make sure everything's nice and tight, you know, grab a bone folder or something of that nature. But by starting the fold down like this on the page, that will be glued here to hold everything in. So that's why I'm starting that direction as opposed to the other way. And then you just fold along the lines. These images are just so cute. This would be great to make and give to a little girl. You know, they're just adorable. Or anybody who collects miniatures. And just fold on the lines, crease it up. I'm probably fussing with it a little bit more than need be. It's just a quick little something. And obviously the more accurate you are with your cuts and everything, like if you were to take it to a, you know, some sort of guillotine or through a rotary cutter cutting mat, as opposed to what I did, which was I just used scissors and freehanded it. So it's going to have a little bit of a rough edge compared to what it would have if you were to be more precise with the cutting. But I like that. I feel like that adds something to it. It's not taking away from me. That adds to it. So there we go. And so you might notice that, you know, things look quite a bit different, have a different bandage on. It's a totally different day. I recorded the intro, and then all kinds of craziness has happened since then. But it's, you know, it's all good, but it did take me a minute to get back. So then you just pick your pages and you decide what order you want to put them in, you know, and stack them up. And then take your glue. And see, and I'm actually only going to run glue around to make it a pocket on these 3 sides, like so. I'm not adding more glue at this point. I'm just swirling it around, make sure it gets all the way to the back edge to hold it nicely, hold that crease really well. So there you go. And then when I lay this one on here, it will form a little pocket there. There we go. A little bit extra glue. Wipe it off. I should have a washcloth over here. So how, I think I'm going to go ahead and that's how I'm just going to attach them all. It's just in the little pocket formation, because why not? You know, because you can always dribble a little bit of glue in there if you decide you don't want that and it's too weak or something and you need it more reinforced. You can always, you know, add more glue. But you can't take it away and make it a pocket if you glue it harsh to each other. So that's why I'm going ahead and leaving them pockets to begin with. There we go. All lined up. Squash down. One more time. I am going to glue them solidly to the cover though. I am not going to leave the cover, the pages at the cover pockets. There will only be pockets in the middle. And I printed this out on paper in Betty's tutorial. She recommends using cardstock for everything. I'm kind of running low on cardstock, so I went ahead and did it out of paper. And I think it really just depends on the application, how heavy-handed is the person that's going to be receiving this, and how much use is it really going to get. Because, you know, sometimes we make stuff and it's super cute, but it goes into a display case and it's really not used, and so it doesn't need to have, you know, as good of strength to it because it is just for looks. So go ahead and open this up and generously glue this. And then I'll reinforce those folds again. There we go. You might have heard that. That was my toaster oven going off. I'm making Chex Mix today. So it'll be just fine to sit there while I finish this out. So there we go. And then fold here, and then wipe that down. Because see, it makes this flare out, but we can either trim that off or ink it up, or, you know, any number of things. But you want to make sure you get everything. I like to have everything nice and well creased at this point. There we go. Now it's held together there. Alright, now let me grab my scissors. My puppy got a hold of them. And I'm just gonna trim that just a smidge right there. And I mean, I'll probably still ink it too, but this way it's a little more even, a little more strong on the edges, as opposed to having that lip there that can be caught and pulled away. So, there we go. I'll trim it up. And then we grab our pages. And make sure you have them opening the correct direction. You know. I did print this on a piece of paper that I had already printed out a background page on, because I wasn't exactly sure how I was going to insert the pages, because there are several different ways. I just decided to go with the same way that Betty did hers in her tutorial. It is the simplest and quickest, easiest way. But I wasn't sure, and I thought I might go ahead and sew them in. But so that's why I went ahead and printed it on something that had a background. But you don't really need to. It's totally fine. Set this in there. That all leveled out. And then we just glue the other side. And like I said, I'm not going to leave the ends pockets. I'm going to glue them down thoroughly, and make sure you really get all the way to that back edge. I think that's the most important edge. You want to get really close to the others, but I think it's very important for the hinging of the pages, to get those two back edges really well adhered. Pull this over, line it up, make sure that back edge is really well adhered, give everything a good squash, and then here we go. We have this cute little book, and the pages will work better after, you know, the excess glue is taken care of. So there we go. Super, super easy, super cute, great little project. Really doesn't take much time at all. My life just kind of took over for a minute. That's why it took me, you know, several days in between. But really, the overall, I think the whole thing took longer to print than it did for me to actually make it. But then here's all the different little dealies that come with it. And so because I left this a little pocket, see, I can stick the little tags in there, you know, amongst other things. And then here's the little envelope that comes with it. And just fold that in half, fold the little tabbies over, and that's where you'll put your glue. It's just on these little tabbies. And you could fold them over and glue on the underside, or you can do them to the inside, which is what I'm going to do here. Okay, there we go. And there we go. Just a tiny bit of glue, because it's just a tiny little envelope. And you really should be a lot more careful with your glue than I am. There we go. And fold this over. We've got a little cute little envelope. So, which again, you can house all your little teeny tiny ephemera. It fits in there nicely. And then there's also this one, this envelope that comes with, and it's just as simple. It's obviously folded slightly different, but it is just as simple. You just fold everything in on the line, like so. See, I just worked my way around. It doesn't matter what order you do it in, the folding, and then you flip it over, and then you can fold this either direction, you know, with the two sides in first and this on top, or I'm going to do it this way, where that's on the bottom and the two sides are going to be on top, just because the way that mine folded, it lays a little bit better. You just put just a tiny bit of glue right across there. Maybe even wipe it with the finger, because it's a little bit, it's just such a small thing. I don't want to glue it shut completely and make it not usable. So there we go. Put that down. Fold that over. Get rid of that glue that's on my finger so I can come back and get this glue. This is why I like Fabrifix, because even though I'm a little bit of a messy gluer, you know, it comes right off. It goes away. There we go. Let's see, that's a cute little envelope, and you know, even more ephemera can fit in there. You know, and you could totally glue this to one of the pages, you know, if you wanted to. What I will probably do is just tuck it in like so, with a little paper clip, which I cannot reach right now. So, you know, and that's, I will probably insert this. Let's go ahead and find that other page like this, and we'll see how this works. Yeah, that works nicely. So yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll stick these little envelopes like that. And there, how nice that is. So that was my dog coming up behind me and shaking her head. Those are her ears that slapped like that. So there we go. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will get back on track with my videos very soon. I'll have another update video that will explain why my videos got a little weird for a couple days. So thank you so much.